If you would please take a comfortable seat and close your eyes. Such a beautiful class that I had with my teacher last night, Robin Rose Bennett, so I'm going to give you some of her words. I want you to see your body as an explosion of stars. I want you to see your body as it creates vortexes of joy and peace that we walk into and that brings life to our life. I want you to see your body, your mind, all that you are as an explosion of stars. And that you have created within yourself these vortexes of joy and peace that you can walk into at any moment. And knowing that this is what brings life to your life. All these spirals, all these galaxies. This is something that I've been really moving into more and more in my life, is to see the expansion of who I am, to honor the contraction of who I am, but to really see all of these galaxies within myself. And I would like for you to breathe into your kidneys, right at the back body. The kidneys are what hold our life essence, how truly we live fully in this embodiment. And at the bottom of your kidneys, I want you to feel yourself physically reach down into the earth. At the bottom of your kidneys, drop down into the earth and then lift your heart up. Lift your chest higher so that you can move into these galaxies, these spirals, these creations, these patterns that exist within you. And then understand that we have the resources to meet whatever's happening in the world right now. Because we are astonishing, because we are made of a billion stars, the explosion of a billion stars. If that's not a wonderful way to begin your Thursday, I don't know what is. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Remember, let your kidneys drop down into the earth as your chest lifts up to the sky. So you are both earth and sky. Inhale for the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Release your hands, open your eyes, and begin to cat and cow here, arch and curl. Move your spine. You're so funny. Now she looks so lonely back there.
I like to see a tree.
Okay. Stay, be you. Be where you like. Good, cat and cow. So I have 4 billion, 5 billion galaxies bursting in the room right now. 5 of us are here, just so you guys know what it looks like on our end. cat and cow. I love some of you on your hands and knees, some of you are seated, so I'm so happy you do what you want to do here in your spine. Move it. I want you to give your kidneys some love today. So every time you round, breathe deeply into your back body. And whether you're seated or whether you are on your hands and knees, begin to do some hip circles. Let your breath grow deeper. You know, your kidneys, they look a bit like ears. So you can relate that to how deeply you're listening to this explosion of joy that is deeply yours. Explosion of this 1,000 galaxies, all the stars, all the vortexes within you. But if you're spinning one direction, spin the other now. Beautiful. We have the resources to meet whatever it is we need to meet right now. And we can do that with these bodies, which is why we have to have these bodies, why we can't just be these stars, these vortexes. So we need these bodies and we need each other. Downward facing dog, please. Why did that scare you behind you? I hear you. You can move. You can move. You have a lot of space. Yeah, if we do that. Downward facing dog. That's true. That's a bad spot. And then you can bend your knees here. And again, your idea is to place your mind in your kidneys as much as you can today and breathe deeply there. Listen deeply there. Rounding in your back, pulling your rib cage in, and then reaching out through your fingers. Hello, Yasmin. Good, and then take your feet and walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Standing forward bend. And then turn your feet wide and come into squat. You can't come into squat, chair will do. And then drop your chin. And allow yourself to breathe deeply into this body. We're in a squat, Patrice. Kidneys that hold life essence, how you fully are living and supporting this joy, spiraling of galaxies. If you bow your head, you become the tiniest being. But in the tiniest being, you are the most, the biggest, the brightest. Good. And then step back, downward facing dog. Drop down to your knees and press back to child's pose. Breathe into your kidneys. Come to rest inside yourself, where all the patterns of creation exist. Earth, water, fire, air, and ether. All the spirals, all the patterns that exist. You are astonishing. And grow yourself onto your hands and knees, and then slide your right arm out to the right, thread the needle. Right arm comes underneath the left. You can do anything you would like with that left arm. Take it to the sky, bring it behind you, reach it out in front of you, threading the needle, threading the needle. Your right arm goes underneath your left. And then bring your right ear to the floor. All the way down you go. There it is. Breathing in and breathing out. Rise up, try the second side. Some of you, I'm sure, saw the moon last night. Absolutely magnificent in that new moon energy. You are the stars, you are the moon, you are the galaxies, you are the spirals. For any moment that you think yourself less than that, gaze into the moon, gaze into the stars, gaze into the sky. Keep your body full, your back body full. Very womb-like, drawing yourself in. Good. Downward facing dog, please. As the bottom of your kidneys reach towards your torso, towards your buttocks, lift your heart more. So you're pulling your spine longer. And then step your right foot forward. Virabhadrasana 1, first warrior. Bring your back foot in just enough so you can drop your heel. Take your arms to the sky. Bring your back foot in enough so your back heel can drop down to the floor. There you go. Yep, that foot turns nicely. Very nice. Hip stays square. So Anetta Warrior 1, unless you can't do it, lift your back knee, bring your back foot in a little bit more. Warrior 1. That's Warrior 2. Good. Clasp your hands behind your back. Take a breath in. And I want you to breathe into that back body. Beautiful. And then bow forward. Take it forward. Yes. I bow. Let your hands release down to the floor. Step back to plank pose. Tuck your chin into your chest, round your back, pull up. And then look forward, come slightly past your wrists and lower all the way down to your belly. Keep your navel in. Rise up into cobra, lift up, open your mouth, stick out your tongue if you can. And then back to child's pose for a breath and right back up, downward facing dog. Nice. Taking your left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1, first warrior. Drop your back foot, turn it. Keep your hips nice and square. Nice, Eve. Clasp your hands behind you. And as your hands, slide your hands up your back a little bit. Slide up and then draw your shoulders back. Press your back into your hands. Now pull your hands down. Inhale your chest up and bow forward. Nice, Susie. Back body full. Knee pressing forward, hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. All that which is supporting the joy in your life is those spirals. Go inside yourself. Whatever position you're in, upside down, upright. Right foot forward. Virabhadrasana 2, second warrior. Drop your back foot, parallel it to the back of your mat this time. So your front heel and your back instep are in the same line. Bend your front knee pointed at your second toe, arms out, letter T. Can you lift that right hip point just a little bit higher up? And then slide your left arm down your left leg, your right hip point, lift it up. No, up, up. This comes up just, yeah, and now bend your knee a lot. Yeah, take your left arm down your left leg, take your right arm up and back behind you. Now, take your right hand, place it behind your head, and then lean toward the right. Sorry, I'm going to do it a different way. Take your right forearm down to your right thigh, take your left hand behind your head, and then tuck your chin into your chest, curl in. Sorry about that. Then press your head back, but keep the rounding in your back body. Take your kidneys, the lowest part, pull them down toward the buttocks, down toward the legs, and then press your left arm over your ear and extend your side body nice and long. So that whole back body just keeps feeling that length, that pull. Good, Stacy. And downward facing dog. Take it to plank pose. Lower all the way down. Take it through your vinyasa and come back into downward facing dog. Take that left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 2. So Suri, look, we have 2 hip points, right? So the front one tends to fall. So lift it up. Feel like you're lifting your hip points up as you bend your left knee. Yeah. Arms out, letter T. Take your right arm down your right leg. Take your left arm up and back. Stretch back. And then take your left forearm down to your left thigh. Take your right hand behind your head. Curl in. Pull your rib cage back. And then as you start to press your head back, keep that sense of dropping the kidneys toward the floor, but then lift your chest up. Reach through your arm. Nice long stretch. Beautiful, everybody. Nice, Lori. Nice, Renee. Touchdown, downward facing dog. That feeling of stretching both back body and front spine, everybody. Forward to plank. Right hand holds you. Left leg steps on top of right for Vashisthasana. You can always take the bottom knee down to the floor. Reach that left arm up to the sky. Pull that left elbow back. Now, the minute I start to take my heart forward, I got to push my middle back back. Let your left hand float down to the floor. Switch sides, Vashisthasana, second side. You can always drop the bottom knee. Pull that right elbow back, lift through the chest, pull the rib cage back. Good. And touch down, downward facing dog. Jump to squat, please. Drop your head. Breathe into your back body. That which is holding your life essence, partly. That which is feeding your heart, that which is feeding your nervous system. Come to rest in yourself, in the patterns of creation. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice, Ronnie. Touch down, step back, downward facing dog. Nice, Nancy. Inhale the right leg back and up behind you, down dog split. Bring your heel towards your butt. Open up, stack your right hip on top of your left hip. Now push into your middle ribs, lift. Good, take your right knee forward for pigeon. If you need to fall onto your back, you're welcome to do that. So your right knee comes right up towards your right wrist. Good, take your right hand back to hold your left ankle thigh stretch. Right hand, left ankle. Right hand, left ankle, great. Some of you can bring your left forearm down to the floor. Some of you stay right where you are. Nice, Katrin. Pull your knees toward each other. Beautiful, Angela. Pull your knees toward each other. Allison, Nancy, beautiful. And then release that back shin slowly down to the floor. Curl into your low back. So as if you got a beach ball underneath you, nice, eve round, nice to reach up. And then lower your forearms down to the floor. Keep your back puffed up. I remember reading from The Tao of Parenting by William Martin, one of my favorite books for parents. And I remember it always talking about our children being the stars and the galaxies. And I guess of course I translated it to us, but there's just something so spectacular about remembering that our children are from the moon and the stars, the galaxies. But then it seemed to stop there. I wasn't thinking necessarily myself. Once you become a teenager, no more. So breathing in the spirals of the galaxies, always beginning, always exploding within you, within me. Walk your hands up, downward facing dog. Take it through vinyasa if you'd like, or stay right where you are, or child's pose. Inhaling your left leg back and up behind you. Bring your heel towards your butt, open up, stacking your hips. Stacy, how cute is that? Hi, little one. Keep your rib cage lifted. And then slide your knee forward. Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, pigeon pose. But do the twisting thigh stretch here. So reach your left hand back for your right ankle. If that doesn't work for you, just stay upright. Maybe even just kick your heel towards your butt if you're not reaching back. Squeeze your knees toward each other. Watch how the rib cage is going to pop forward. Keep that rib cage back. You can use it as a shoulder stretch to pull the foot back or pull the heel in as a thigh stretch. And then as you release it, you gently release it. Keep pulling it in as you release it. And then round your back as if you're coming over a beach ball as you're coming forward, and then drop your chest toward the floor, forearms come down. Nice, Lydia. Some of you are finishing the soup cleanse today. Congratulations. Awesome work. You look at some of the foods that we create or that we have to create with. I put a couple of pictures up on our private Facebook page of the beets that we were using, how magnificent they looked. Just the lines inside of them were just breathtaking. Our foods are made from the galaxies, the stars, the spirals. Come to rest in yourself, to know yourself as this magnificence. Stacy, she could give you a little quick adjustment there. Good. Walk yourself back up. Downward facing dog. Jump to squat. Drop your head. Knees turn wide, feet turn wide. Really good. You got this. If you need a blanket underneath your heels, you could put it there. Nice, Crystal. Yeah, puffing up the kidneys. And especially your breath. Add your breath to it and your mind to it. Life essence, the joy of you. Good. Downward facing dog. Stepping your right foot forward, open up Virabhadrasana 2, second warrior. Your left foot parallels the back of the mat. Bend your front knee, point your knee at your second toe. Take your arms nice and high. So the same idea, from the back, kidneys reach down from the lowest part, and then let your chest lift a little higher. Nice. Now straighten your front leg and take it into triangle pose and try to keep that space and spaciousness. And the wingspan of your arms as you reach out, reach in. And take it into new moon. Bend your knee, come into half moon, new moon, full moon, whatever moon you'd like it to be. Yes, lift your back leg up, back leg up. Right hand on block, left leg lifts up. Left foot is parallel, left foot is flexed. Squeeze your legs toward each other. Get your back body to stay full by pushing your rib cage back. And then step back into second warrior, come back slow. And then maybe slide your right hand down to the floor. Maybe keep your right forearm on your right thigh, side angle. Maybe bind, taking your right arm underneath you. Keep your back body full. Beautiful, everybody. And touch down, downward facing dog. Nice work. Take it through the vinyasa if you'd like, or stay right where you are. Child's pose is nice. Nice, Susan. Nice, Renee. Let's take the left foot forward, open up to Virabhadrasana 2. So real attention in that middle thoracic part of your back, down toward your tailbone. Nice, Angela. Good, Lisa. And then straighten that front leg and reach for triangle pose. Trikonasana. Good, Anetta. So pretty. And bending your left knee, come forward to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Taking your left hand forward, lifting your right leg, flexing your back foot. But again, that tendency, especially when we're balancing, is not to pay attention at all to that middle back. Lift your back foot off the floor. Back foot up. There you go, beautiful. And then step it back, side angle, bending that left knee. Left hand, left forearm on your left thigh, or left hand down on the floor, or taken into a bind. Remember, the hands are by the hip, not the middle of your butt. So you could actually, that's it, Josh, you could actually do your own adjustment of pulling your hip crease back, and chest forward. And release, downward facing dog. And drop down to those knees and press back to child's pose. You could take a vinyasa first if you'd like. Coming to rest in the patterns of creation. We are astonishing. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in any one moment. Breathe into this body and into these spirals. Bow to the being that you were before now. And if you have any kind of thoughts on other lifetimes, bow to that. The being that you were. If I know her name, if I knew her name, I'd say hi to her. You could type it to me if you want. Mabel. Hi, Mabel. She's like, get off. We're done. Downward facing dog, please. Gosh, she gave you a half hour. That's not bad. Hi, Mabel. Bye, Mabel. What a cute name. Right foot forward, Virabhadrasana 2. Vira 2. Second warrior. Drop your back foot parallel to the mat. Front heel in the line with your back instep. Nice, Ellen. Good. Straighten that front leg again. Take it once again into triangle pose. Again, keeping all that idea of the back body full and the front body long, as long as it'll go. And then bend your front knee once again. Come forward to half moon, and this time reach back for your ankle. Great. And then as you open up into that back bend, and if you can't grab your ankle, that's fine. Stay right where you are. But if you do, open up into a back bend without puffing your ribs forward, but your heart forward. I like that, sweet. I like that a lot. Good. Step back, downward facing dog. Nice job. Take it through vinyasa of choice. Yeah, beautiful. Consciousness, right? That's it. Step your left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 2. Great, Margie. Yeah, very nice. Bending deep into that left thigh. Watch that knee. Make sure it's pointing at that second toe. And then you pull the knee back, straighten the leg, lift through that thigh, and then take it into triangle, Trikonasana. Bend that front knee, float forward to half moon, maybe reaching for that back ankle. Guided by your breath. Beautiful, everybody. Step back, downward facing dog. Jump forward to squat. If you'd like to take it into crow pose, plant your hands on the floor. Draw your knees into the upper arms. Squeeze your shins off the floor. Nice rounding in your back. Really pull your navel in a lot here. A lot, a lot. You're not coming into crow. Stay in that beautiful squat. And then come back to squat if you were in crow. Standing forward bend. Feet parallel each other. Bow forward. Nice, Andra. Hands on your hips, push down through your legs, rise up to stand. Let your arms drop alongside the body. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel. Feel the earth beneath you. Mentally nourish your nervous system by watching your thoughts, how you're thinking. And then open your eyes, reach for your right ankle, bring your right heel toward your back. So you're going to take it into Natarajasana. Right ankle, right hand, right ankle. Don't cross. Right hand, right ankle. Lydia, it looks like you're crossing. There you go. Okay, left arm to the sky. Turn your left palm face forward for a moment and draw that outer armpit, inner elbow back. Good. Now start to kick your knee back behind you as your arm pulls back. You have that beautiful little resistance between your ankle and your hand. Keep the armpit hollow. Nice, Lori. Good catch. Nice. And then come on up. Great. Let's try the other side. Reaching for your left ankle. Make sure you feel like the knee is pointing straight down to the floor first. And then reach your right arm up to the sky. Hollow that armpit. Nice. And then start to kick the knee back behind you. Keep that shoulder back. Great, Kathy. Yasmin, beautiful. And come on up. Now, if you have a block, grab it and put it in front of you. Which ankle did we have first? The right ankle? Okay. Reach for your right ankle again. Same thing that you just did. Reach for your right ankle. Take your left arm up to the sky. Come back toward Natrajasana, but I want you to eventually take your left hand down to that block or to the floor or to a book. Take your left hand all the way down to that block or a book. And then open up into Ardha Chandrasana. Open it up. Where that right hip comes on top of that left hip, exactly where you were before. Or any arrangement of that. Good. If you want to be really kind of crazy, let your right knee come back down toward the floor. Let your left arm come forward and come all the way back up to Natrajasana. Try to come all the way back up. You got it, Lisa. Nice. And then you can resume breathing. Good, Susie. And we're going to change sides. Reach for your left ankle when you're ready. Take that armpit back, feel that back body. See, this is the thing when we get into trickier, we're just playing. This is just play. You want to keep that fullness in your back body, that life essence, so full, that joy spiraling, so full. Taking it forward slowly, 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 and then maybe touching down to a block and opening up into Ardha Chandrasana. Keep the breath moving, inhaling and exhaling. And then try to bring it all the way back up. Great. Good. Nice job. Sit back to chair. Don't be dramatic about it. Hands on your thighs and then cat-cow. We have to shake it off. Oh, whew, whew. Cat and cow. Watch your feet. Make sure they're turning straight ahead. Good. Now let your hands touch down to the floor. If you have blocks, it's kind of nice to have your hands on blocks. And then you inhale your left leg to the sky so you're in a standing split. Point the toes to the floor. Round your back. So round your back by tucking your chin into your chest, curl in a lot. And as I round my back, I spread through the kidneys. Now take the lowest part of your kidneys and root them toward your tailbone and then look up. Extend your whole front part of your spine forward. Lower the leg. Change sides. Toes point to the floor, foot is flexed. Right leg comes up. Tuck your chin into your chest and round a lot so you expand your back body, expand through your kidneys. Take the lowest part of the kidneys and pull them down towards your tailbone and then start to pull your front of your chest longer by looking up. Good, and then release, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank, lower down onto your belly, turn your cheek to the side and breathe. One of the wonderful poetries of Rumi, he says, there are 1,000 ways to kneel and kiss the ground, and there are thousands of ways to go home again. There are thousands of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. There are thousands of ways to go home again. My teacher, Robin, she said last night that the more that we separate ourselves from the earth, it means we're separating ourselves from each other. Stay connected to the earth and stay connected to each other. And turn your cheek to the other side. How's your back here, Sari? Because you're pulling in, good. So now reach back for your ankles. If you can't do that, prepare for cobra. Otherwise, reach back for your ankles. Keep your navel drawn in. So the tendency here is to drop the rib cage down, but can you puff up your kidneys here? Can you keep your kidneys puffed up and then lift your head, neck, and chest? Not easy. Maybe tuck your chin into your chest as you come up. But the tendency is to overarch. Nice, Jen. And then release down, go back to child's pose. Really good. Good. Can you come up and sit on your heels? If not, you can come to cross-legged. Can you put one hand on your navel and your left hand behind your back at the exact same spot behind your back? And then can you, so just come to seated, cross-legged seat, or sit on your heels. And then can you do breath of fire here? Inhale, exhale through your nose, pumping your navel center. And how much can you feel it in your back body? And exhale. Inhale deeply. Fill the back hand up a lot. Fill that back hand. Exhale, release the hands and just feel for a moment. God bless you. Just roll your neck here for a moment. Go the other direction. Good, and then go ahead and stretch your legs out in front of you. Bend your right knee. Let your right knee fall out to the side. So your right foot is going to press into your inner left thigh. Janu Shirshasana. Blanket underneath your seat if you need your pelvis to tilt more forward. Good, and then twisting over toward that extended leg. Bow forward. So pretty easy here to keep the back body full. Now think of drawing the lowest part of your back down toward your tailbone, but then lifting your heart more toward the front of your foot, the extended leg. Good. Now twist, come on up and twist over toward your right leg. So your knee is still bent. Put your left hand on your right knee. Take your right arm up and stretch it over toward your left leg to push that knee down. Great. Keep that back body full. Inhale, come on up. Beautiful work. And change sides, change legs. Janu Shirshasana, so you're going to twist over your right leg. Keep scooting that butt back. Then bow over that extended leg. Your body, an explosion of stars, galaxies. Feed your heart, feed your nervous system here. Breathe into your kidneys. And as your navel pulls in even more, come on up and then twist toward the left, placing your right hand on your left knee, root it down, and then stretch over toward your right leg. Get that arm as long as it'll go. Pull those toes back. Inhale, come on up. Beautiful. Bring the soles of your feet together. Again, lift and send your butt back a lot. And then lean forward any amount. Beautiful. Deep breathing. Wide breathing. Puff out those kidneys and breathe deep. Get to know ourselves beyond ourselves. Experience the joy that we are. When we live in that joy, we feed our center, we feed our existence. And I know some people have said it's difficult to be in that place of joy when so many suffer. But the more that you return to that place of joy, that's what you add to the ingredients of the universe. Inhale, slowly come on up. If you're really toward the back of your mat, scoot forward and lie on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Now roll up and down on your spine a little bit. So you're giving your back a really nice massage. If you want to give yourself a little challenge, roll all the way up to squat and then back. That'll get your abdominals on board a little bit more too. Good. The next time you come onto your back, stay there and hug your knees into your chest. Now you don't have to. I'd like you to push down into your back, but lift up into your chest. Don't cross your ankles here, please. And then reach for happy baby, reach for your insteps. Keep that anchor of your back body. Keep the lift of the heart and the softness around your jaw. Keep your legs exactly where they are, maybe even turn them out a little bit more and clasp your hands over the top of your head like you're reaching toward the ceiling, and just extend your pointer finger. And then take a breath in. As you exhale, lift your chest up and stretch your arms through your legs. Reach forward. Rib cage down. Squeeze those shins in, flex those feet a lot. Breathe, 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 breathe. And then lower all the way back down. Hug your knees into your chest. Now take your legs straight up to the sky. Take your legs wide like the letter V. Take your arms alongside the body, flex your feet. And then start to bring your legs in nice and slow, like you're squeezing your legs toward each other, but go super slow. Squeeze in, navel in. And then open up your legs again, nice and wide. Draw your legs in close. Keep that anchor of your back body, and then start to squeeze your legs toward each other again. Nice and in. One more time, open up. And then squeeze in, nice and slow. I'm going to give you an opportunity to come into shoulder stand now, or keep your legs stretched up to the sky. If you're just like not into any of that, bring your feet down to the floor. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop wide. Supine Baddha Konasana. Breathe deeply wherever you find yourself. Great, Katrin. Nice, Alan. Nice, Kathy. Nice, Ronnie. Those feet. Somebody. Slowly start to bring yourself back down. Drawing your knees into your chest. Dropping your feet down to the floor, lifting yourself up into bridge, lift your hips up. Clasp your hands underneath you. Make sure your shins are squeezing in toward each other. Lowering your hips back down as you release your hands. And just pause here for a minute with your knees bent. Breathe deeply into your whole body. This is your chance to try a second inversion, headstand, handstand, or child's pose, or just staying here on your back, breathing deeply. Just got to make sure you keep that back nice and rounded even when you're doing that. I know. It's okay. I think it's good though because you're consciously aware. And so maybe that awareness is, giving you a little less that freedom. Good. As you're ready, come on down from whatever inversion you created for yourself. And then we'll take just a moment seated. So come on up to sit. You can place your palms open on your knees, palms up or down. If you feel like you need a little more grounding, place your palms down. If you feel like you need to lighten up a little bit, palms face up. Closing your eyes. And again, find those beautiful kidneys at your back body and reach the lowest part of the kidneys down toward the floor. But then lift your chest up. Pull your throat back. Just for a moment, stay in the beauty, the grandeur, extraordinary of your spirals. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. If you would like to lie on your back for Shavasana, Begin to create that. If you'd like a final spinal twist, go ahead and do that. And please begin to deepen your breath. Let your body stretch in any way that serves you well. If you're lying on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Roll to the right side. Come on up to sit. Bring your hands together at your heart center. We come together to remember who we truly are. We come together as a force of great love. We come together as we remind each other that our purpose is extraordinary and that we're here in this time period for a specific reason. We have the resources we need to be guided to wherever we can serve the greatest. Inhale for the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Sliding your hands to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. Goodbye, Margie. Goodbye, everybody. Have a
Thank you,
beautiful.
Sheryl.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
You're
Sheryl.
welcome.
You.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye, thank you.
Ciao. See
Great
ya.
night, everyone.
Beautiful
everybody.
practice. Thank you, Sheryl.
You're welcome, Kathy.
Bye.
Bye,
Love you.
Susan. Goodbye, Annette. Goodbye. 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 See ya. Ciao.